everybody, welcome back to the channel. I want to first apologise for the lack of content recently. My camera broke, so I've got to film everything on my mobile phone, and also I've been very busy, so I haven't really had time to, but I have done a bit to the layout, so I'll show you what I've done. It's only small bits, but it'd be good to give a bit of a tour and an update, so hope you enjoy. So going back to where I first started, when I first started the layout, this was the first bit I did. I'm really happy with it. I've got to add some more trees all around here, but before I do that, I should add some flowers and bluebells. It's based on the Luxillian Valley in Cornwall, which is very overgrown, so that's what I'm going to do, is add a lot of wildflowers and things like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the trees yet. I'll probably make my own rather than buy them, because I'll need a lot of trees on this layout, so I don't really want it too repetitive, but that will come in time. Unfortunately, this track here warped, so I've had to rip it up and put it back down again, and I'll have to reballast it at some point, so a bit annoying. It's delayed my progress, but it's not the end of the world, because I'll have to it gives an opportunity to lay this back down, rather than it was just sort of hidden by bushes, but I'm going to try and fill it in, so it's not the end of the world. Moving up the line to the junction, I've added a GWR signal box by Metcalf. It was nice and easy to make, nice and cheap as well. It was bought for like pocket money. I'm really happy with it. It comes with, you can either have the stone finish or the brick finish. I obviously went for the brick, because it's sort of based on Greenbarrow Junction. So it was a bit of an obvious choice, and like I say, it was cheap, and I really enjoyed building it. It wasn't too difficult, but it took a good hour, I'd say, so it was a nice little project to do in front of the TV, so I really enjoyed it. So you're going to see more Metcalf card kits on the layout for sure. Still a lot of work to do in this area, but I'm sort of getting there. It's based loosely on Ponce Mill or other small china clay works where trains are propelled up into the siding. The whole idea originally was to have 2 lines coming in here, but I didn't think I was going to have enough space. I didn't want to crowd the layout with tracks, so I thought, no, I'll just have 1 siding. Halfway through the build, I thought, actually, I do have space, so it gave me an opportunity to put an old abandoned line in, which I thought was a good opportunity to sort of model something abandoned, and it gives the impression that this china clay build dry is at the end of its life, which was quite true for the smaller ones in the late 80s. I'm not sure what I'm going to do around here yet. Bushes would be a sensible idea, but I don't want it to look just like a random build and plonk here, so perhaps pipe work or something to make it look like it's actually working. Definitely one thing to do in this area is add a lot more dust around here, a lot of overspill, because they weren't exactly clean places, but so far I'm happy with the way it's turned out. Got to blend that retaining wall in a bit better, and just touch up general things where it looks a bit unneat, but it's getting there. So after rounding the bend and through the tunnel, the trains will enter the clay village and the station. I'm happy with this area, but it just needs a lot more trees, probably a bit more vegetation, especially in this area where I just haven't filled the area well enough. Probably some rock mould would have been good there, but at the time I wasn't really looking to go down that route with spending money on that sort of thing. So unfortunately I am left with plaster cloth showing through in areas, but I don't think it looks bad. But nothing, trees and a few more bits of vegetation won't cure. Just sort about this area here, probably put a signal here. I'd rather it back here where the station platform ends, but I think it's gonna have to go there. I'm building one currently from Ratio. I'm not sure I'm too impressed by it. It's quite hard to make, so if anyone has any recommendations on what ones to use, ideally a GWR one would be great. I don't think I've explained before, but this was scratch build. It's just card. I didn't have a crossing that would obviously fit on a slight bend, so I made my own. It was originally modelling clay, but it was looking good, and it cracked, and it looked really quite old, but the wheels on the trains were just hitting it and just making horrible sounds, so I thought, no, I'll rip that up, and I made my own out of card. The road here is made out of filler, which I've explained in previous video I use a lot. It gives a good texture, especially when you put ballast in where cars maybe not drive so much. And I think it looks good. Unfortunately on camera it looks a bit too white, but nothing I can't really cure if I just done it down with a bit of paint. So overall it's coming along nicely. Moving over to the station area, I've done quite a bit here. Obviously made the car park and added bushes and gorse in the bush there, and then a gate post and fence and hedge with some rocks in just to break it up and make it look different. A bit overgrown here as well. The station itself is standard Hornby. The back fence here is from Ratio, so I didn't use the standard Hornby one. I thought it would look a little better if I didn't have that cream coloured moulding thing they slot into, so I thought I'd do away with that. I made the plant pots myself, just a bit of modelling clay, painted some bits of scatter up and just glued it down and sprinkled it over. And I mean they give the effect I want, so I'm fairly happy with them. And then obviously the rest of it is just sort of populating it with figures and street lighting just to bring it to life a bit. So that's another bit that I'm fairly happy with. Weathering is something I'd like to get into. When I bought this one second hand, £35 from my local shop, it was completely covered in paint. I'm not sure if I've showed it in previous videos, but I've tried to clean it up a bit, not too much, just enough, and I probably would like to airbrush it when I get one, just to dull bits down. But I think I could do a better job on a lot of things if I could weather things, like definitely dull the shelter down, make it look less plastically. So that's on my to-do list. And I'm very happy with the track of what I've done here about the oil spills and just the general muck. I'm very happy with that, but I'm sure an airbrush would make that look a lot better and finish it off. So few little things I've done whilst just sat in front of the TV. I've just converted one of these standard Hornby cottages, made it into my own little sort of Cornish house that you typically see in a clay village. So it was free to me because I had it anyway, but I'm sure you can pick them up for £1 on eBay. So if you're trying to save a bit of money, then it's always worth looking online and seeing what you can do yourself. There's nothing like that on the market that are, for me. Kerno Model Centre does a few Cornish style buildings, but nothing like that, so I had to think out the box and adapt. I've also bought some of these scale model scenery signs for speed restrictions. They come in a pack, there's loads of different ones. You've got to paint it yourself, but that's another little thing I've been working on, and eventually you'll see them scattered all around the layout just to add a bit more. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's where I'm at so far. Still got plenty of little improvements and touch-ups here and there to do with what I've already done, but I've still got another half a board to do to even make a start on. So I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe and help me build the channel, as I really want to drive the channel forward and really make some good content, and I really enjoy sharing the layout with people. So I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe, and I hopefully will speak to you again soon. Thank you very much.